region section.
Hey, hello. Today we are making fat kicks. Sudden death void kicks to be exact. I want you to hear what it sounds like first, before, after. Woo! Big fat kicks. What you know about this? We are getting into it. My name is Dripment. We make bass music tutorials. Today we're just doing a kick. If you want this whole project and everything else, it'll be in my Patreon. Otherwise, let's get into this. I did find a live stream with Sudden Death, and he did say that he uses Kick 2 to make his kicks, which is really cool. You can use Kick 2 to make kicks from scratch. It's awesome. You do have to pay for it though. And if you don't want to pay for it, I just want to show you an easy way to make your kick fat with any kick. So basically, some of the main tips he goes over is he makes the kick short and punchy, and he makes it fat. He uses transient shapers to make the kick punchier on the transient, which is at the beginning of the kick. To do that makes it easier for the kick to punch through the mix and make sure that it's going well when it's actually playing during the drop. We also add distortion and drive to the kick to make it loud and fat. So these are the techniques that we're going to be using, and I made a rack here to actually make the kick fat. It sounds really loud right now, and it sounds almost too loud, but it's not too loud, and I want to show you exactly how you can determine to mix your kick. So let's get a snare that's already been finished, and this snare is going to be basically our reference to how loud we need to get our kick. So I'm going to turn the kick rack off, and I'm going to turn on this snare and hat loop. So if you hear, the kick is not loud enough, not intense. The snare is really loud, and the snare is the appropriate loudness that we need if we're making a tear out song, a very loud song during the drop. And we want this kick to be fat and punchy during the drop and to stand out. So we turn on the rack. It still sounds pretty loud, but now what we can do is add the sub so you can start to fill out the mix. You'll hear it's all starting to come together. The mix is loud, but it's starting to sound natural and normal with all the other loud sounds. That's what we want during our drop. But the thing is the kick is still not punching hard enough because the sidechain is not on. Sidechain is very important. So what we got to do is basically turn our sidechain on. Now the sidechain I'm using is Duck Buddy. Looks like this. It's off. And the way it works is it works with MIDI. So right now my kick is in audio. So I basically just made a MIDI clip up here, and it follows the kick pattern. And then I'll just route my kick to that. So I'll pick the kick sidechain, which is this. And then every time that plays, my sidechain will work. So that means we're opening up space for our kick. So now it's clean. So listen to before. It's like it's crowded. The kick is crowded with the sub. Then after. It's a subtle difference if you want to hear it extended. You'll just find that perfect sidechain length that you want. So now you hear how it fits in the mix, and you see that this would sound clean in your drum loop. But now what we can do is add some basses just to hear what it sounds like with some actual mid basses. So it's punching through all the basses, punching through the sub. That's what we want. So now that the kick sounds like it's supposed to, I'm going to show you how we made the actual kick rack. So we'll turn off the kick bus, and then we'll listen to what we got. Turn off everything. Now we just have a regular kick. So basically, you can drag in any kick you want. This is the drip kick here. You can use your fades up here to fade in the kick and make it short and punchier. Now this one is already short and punchy because I already faded it previously. But when you get a new kick, you'll fade it to make it short, punchy, to make sure it sounds fat. And this is a good one to start with. The first thing I do is I add a drum bus, and the drum bus is going to have some settings specifically turned on, like the boom, which is going to add bass at 29%. This transients is working as a transient shaper. So at the beginning of the kick, it's going to sound a lot better. So we'll turn this to 0 and I'll let you hear what it sounds like. So off, on, turn up the transients. And it starts to make it fatter. That's what we want. We leave the drive at 20. It's on soft. The dry and wet is at 34%. And then what you can do here is tune your kick to your drum. So when you move the frequency, it changes the actual note. So if I'm making a song that's in the scale of D minor, then I want my kick to be in D, or even the third, which is F, or the fifth, which is A. You know, different notes that will sound good. Usually the root note is best, so we keep it at D. D0 too, because this is the low octave. So this is nice. This is adding some depth, some bumpiness. The drum bus is awesome. We add some saturator. We need to add some drive. So we do 7.40 decibels of drive, and then the dry wet's at 84% because we don't want it at 100. Adding a lot of distortion. Almost sounds like it's too much. And what you're hearing is too much frequency. So what we really want to do is carve out some of these frequencies. We have a low cut at 29 hertz. We're cutting these mids right here. This is really cleaning it up, removing some of that muddiness. And then what we do is we do a little high shelf right here to make sure that we get a little bit more high end. Before, after. We clean up that kick. Now we add a Transient Designer. I'll put this in the link in the description. This is a max live effect, really cool. And when you turn up the attack amount, this is what causes the effect. So it starts at 0, right? But then you turn it up until you have a nice transient. I chose 4.4 decibels. And that is going to make it punch through the mix extremely well. Transient designers are great. You just want to be careful with them. There's a lot of different ones you can use, but using them on kicks and your drums are really awesome. So now, as you see, we could turn off the kick and we'll look at the LUFS. We're only getting negative 13, very low volume. But then when we turn it on, start to go up in volume, and now we're hitting about -8, -7. So that's good. And that's really what we want. The kick will sound equal with the snare. It'll sound loud in the mix, and it'll get fat. These are the techniques you want to do. This applies to any DAW. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Get your kicks fat. Hit me up in the Discord. I have merchandise available now. Look at my website. Everything's popping. You guys have a good day. Hit me up. Peace. This will be the end.